couple of research centers from start, right? Both Xerox and Google, and of course, even at IBM Research, you were pretty much early, and like under your leadership, the lab grew from strength to strength. So if you look at when you're starting off a research center from ground up, right? What are some of the initial challenges, unique challenges in the initial days, and how do you manage to convince business that hey, starting off a research center is actually a great idea?
Sure. So let me first just point out, admit that no, I mean. Google, yes, I can claim that, yes, we pretty much started from scratch because there was just me and one more researcher who got hired. Xerox, there was already a team of about 30 researchers. And at IBM, yeah, I mean, IBM already had over 100 researchers when I got there. And in fact, IBM was celebrating its 10th anniversary, the research lab. But I think one early thing which is very important is to really influence and kind of A, connect with the researchers, and B, set the right culture. So I think one of the things I tried to do both at IBM and at Xerox was to really emphasize the importance of deep scientific research, because I mean, those were traditional values, but often, right, when you are very driven by, in a corporate environment, you have to be also driven by the business needs, right? So what I saw at IBM were two issues. One is there was too much of a tendency, right, for businesses to say, look, this is what you need to focus on. And researchers simply saying, okay, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, right? This is what you want, this is what we'll do. And the business normally, right? I mean, they are not too bothered about publications and all of those things and so on, right? They just want their results. And you can't blame them. I mean, they are right in their expectations. So one of the things that I really emphasize is that in the long run, you're doing much better, delivering much better value to the business if you are focused on scientific excellence, because the business doesn't care about all those conference publications and so on. Because what happens is otherwise there's often a tendency to take shortcuts, right? There's a business problem, you need to often, right, there's a desire to quickly come out with a product, right, with those features and ship it. And in the process, you end up taking shortcuts. So I saw again many parts of IBM research over the years, right, falling into this trap that you're just taking shortcuts and not really worried too much about scientific excellence and so on. And in the process, what ends up happening is start becoming, it just becomes a Me Too kind of a product, right? Often there are competitors who overtake you. Whereas if you really say, okay, I want to solve this problem in a very principled manner, and you also have this target that, look, go and publish that work in a top tier conference. So that top tier conference isn't going to just accept, right, any junk that you throw at it. Not that they'll always accept good quality papers, but they certainly typically will not accept kind of just a routine kind of an implementation. So you're just forced to up your game. You're forced to, when you are the creativity of the human mind, right? And also when researchers are also driven not just by kind of doing the right thing for the company, when they also see that personal that fame that comes from presenting that paper, that recognition that comes and so on. We are all humans. It drives us to do things, right, that we would otherwise hate doing. It drives us to spend overnight, right, working on that, running that experiment to meet that conference paper deadline and so on. So even though it looks like an overhead that you are going to be spending all this time writing up papers and so on, I think in the long run, it ends up improving the quality of your work. And as long as you're still focused on the business outcome, you end up delivering a far superior product feature, far superior product capability. So, and I've literally saw that firsthand from my early days as a compiler researcher. I remember once when I kind of had implemented a compiler optimization, and then I said, okay, let me write a paper on it. And I started writing the paper. I said, I realized I had implemented that thing in a very ad hoc manner, and I couldn't present that ad hoc algorithm in the paper. So I started thinking about it, and I came up with a more kind of a more comprehensive algorithm. And then I went back and changed my implementation, which became far better just by the very act of writing that paper. So I have that strong conviction, right? That focus on scientific excellence really helps you do higher quality work and ends up with better even business outcomes. So that was one key learning.